problems wouldn't go away. In fact, they kept on just stacking and adding and adding. And eventually, one day, I just decided to turn around and face them head on. And no, this isn't some one day revelation type of thing. This takes time, years, and in general, many realizations that this is a problem, let's face it, that is a problem, let's face it. But the one I'm talking about is the avoidance of completing the things you need to complete. There's always life events, there's always things happening to us. And the most annoying thing is when we save things for tomorrow, to do it later. Well, let me just get some sleep now, or I don't feel like doing it today, today's not a good day, tomorrow. And if there's one thing that I've learned from running my own business and being a manager there a few years earlier, is never save it for tomorrow, because you will pile up so many things and there's nobody else to do them but you. Always ask yourself, can this be done right now? Something appears, anything, a new problem, a new task appears from the sky. Can I do this right this second? Usually, you'll be surprised. Yes. Don't let your brain say, well, that means I'm going to have to go and stop whatever I'm doing. No. Can you do this right this second? Is it an email you have to respond to? You got an email from your work and you're like, I'll do it at work. Well, okay, maybe if it's at work stuff and you don't need an immediate response, do it at work, fine. But if this is some email and this is maybe your work contract, you work, what do you call that? You're self-employed. Why would you save it for later? Reply immediately. Be fast. You need to be fast with so many tasks, because you are not realizing that every single thing you save for tomorrow, you're throwing another brick in your backpack, and you are carrying that backpack 24/7. You guys all know what I'm talking about, actually. We all have this weight on our shoulders, which is that backpack full of bricks. And every single time that you say tomorrow, another brick goes in there. It's so many small things. I can't even pinpoint it, because right now, anything that lands in my hands, I get it done instantly. And very few things actually need to be carried over, but there's always more things coming. You need to understand, if you got a handful of tasks today, tomorrow that's double. Good luck catching up. This is how credit card debt works, for example. That was a voice crack. This is exactly how homework works when you're in school. In fact, one thing that I've done right, for once, only one time ever, and I keep referencing that feeling every single time that I feel like putting something off, I go back to that story, which I'm just going to share with you right now. So I was in university, maybe third year, I don't remember, but I had this class, and a classic, we don't like doing homework. Nobody likes doing homework and assignments. But I had this class, and for some reason, for that one semester, I stayed on top of it. I actually managed to do things right. And the interesting thing is, I remember this one feeling where it was a Friday night. There was a really big assignment due that Friday. And my friend and I were hanging out, we were having some beer, we were walking around, doing whatever university students do. And I see so many spams in the chats, our classroom chat, of people asking for answers because the assignment is due on that date, on Friday, 11:59 p.m. We all know that, right? Trying to get it done right before it hits it. I've done that a million times. But I had this sudden peace over me, because as people are spamming the chats, asking everyone, calling the group chat, saying, yo, what's this answer? Let's get this done. I can't figure this out. Have you asked? Whatever. You guys know how it goes. I was like, I looked in the chat and I'm like, honestly, I don't remember. I did this and submitted it 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And no, I'm not trying to flex or anything. This is bullshit. I'm just saying the feeling that came with that has stayed with me. I was like, wow, this feels like such peace, because I literally have finished it so long ago that I can actually enjoy my evening and not even think about it while there are people panicking. And of course, being the person that I am, I just sent the people, a few people, my actual assignment that I've submitted, so they can just copy the answers, right? I don't care about what school says. I think assignments are bullshit, and so I always send people answers. And that's not the point of this video, though. So what I'm trying to say is, these days, whenever I feel like, hey, I don't want to do this today, I go back to that feeling and think, imagine when you're actually doing something fun, you're hanging out, you're chilling, you don't have that brick in your backpack. You just unloaded it a long time ago. And I would say it's just about 1 year ago where I really started to be like, all right, something is not working here. Something is really wrong. I'm gonna start unloading these bricks by bricks. Is my backpack empty? No. I still have a bunch of shit to take care of, problems that are ongoing, but I do feel a lot lighter than I did 1 year ago. And that's simply deciding, let's turn around and just face these things head on, because they can't just keep staying in my backpack, weighing me down and reducing my life experience. That just sucks. And cool thing is, once you get on the track of doing everything right away, and you're actually able to get ahead and stay on top of things, it's kind of like a streak. You guys know, like a Snapchat streak, that you just keep on sending those snaps to the person. By the way, if you're my age, if you're 25 and over and you have Snapchat, that's embarrassing, bro. But I just know this because I was 17 at one point as well, and I had Snapchat. And you have those streaks that you just keep going and you don't want to stop because your streak resets. Well, that's how it feels like. You keep on doing everything that rolls your way as soon as you can, and you keep on solving it, that you just don't want to... I just spat in my hand. Whoops. You just don't want to deal with that shit again, so you keep it going. It's just, it feels like a streak. You have momentum, and it feels amazing. It feels good. That's all I can say. And those of you that have been on top of their shit, which is not many people, you guys know what I'm talking about. Just consider that. Thanks for watching.